Hey!
Hello everyone!
LuLaRoe, Stevie Page. And we're here today to share with y'all about selling LuLaRoe. We decided to put together an opportunity call YouTube that just describes what LuLaRoe is, the history of it, why you should sign up selling LuLaRoe, and how to go about selling LuLaRoe, or signing up to sell LuLaRoe.
Yeah, exactly. We just want to make sure that y'all know a little bit about the history and all the benefits that come along with it.
So LuLaRoe started in May of 4 years ago. So that would be 2012.
4 years ago.
13. 4 years ago. Sorry. But they started out in May, and the way it started was Deanne was actually, and this is before May, but Deanne was actually making a skirt for her daughter Nicole. And she made this maxi skirt. Her daughter Nicole put it on social media and it went crazy. And then her sister Amelia as well helped post about it. All of their friends wanted this skirt, so Deanne went around selling maxi skirts. And Deanne is the founder of the company. And so it started off being just maxi skirts, and she was doing pop-ups with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were signing up to sell just maxi skirts. Then it started to snowball, and they hired Patrick, who is a phenomenal designer. He has a great resume. He's designed his own denim. He's worked for...
Yeah, I think that we read that he designed some dresses for some well-known people in Hollywood.
Yeah, and he's worked for Wet Seal, for Anthropology. He's worked for several different companies being their designer, and now we are lucky to have him. And he has really helped design a ton of the styles that we carry, and from there it's really boomed. Neat little fact about LuLaRoe is the name itself comes from her first 3 granddaughters, Lucy, Lola, and Monroe. And then every little style that we carry is named after somebody. So this is the Monroe, and it's named after her granddaughter, Madison.
The Madison skirt, the classic. I think just the classic tee and a couple others are not, but all the other styles are. So just as Stevie explained, you can see that this is a family business. Deanne and Mark, their family's very involved, and they love all the retailers like we're their family. They like to stay close with us. They like to be involved with us. So it's definitely a great company to work for.
Yeah, and so on top of them hiring Patrick, a phenomenal designer, and how great it is to work for this company, the retention rate is very high. So it is actually one of the highest direct sales companies with the highest retention rate right now. So that tells you how great the company is, and that when people sign up and want to sell, and they actually understand that it is a business, that they do thrive and love working for this company.
Yeah, I think the retention rate is somewhere around 89%, or maybe a little bit more than that, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And that's in the past 4 years, so that means that all of these people have stayed 89%. That's huge.
Yeah, and so we've broken it down into 5 reasons why you should sell LuLaRoe. The first one, Paige has already mentioned it, is family. This company is family first, but they even allow you to put your family first. And they discuss that. I mean, the whole point of the company is blessing lives and families through LuLaRoe. So prime example of this is that I went to a training a couple weeks ago out in California, and was able to take my 3-month-old son. And when I was flying out there, I didn't think anything about it, because the company, they are very loving of nursing moms and just moms in general. And they said that we could bring him because I'm nursing. But I was telling people on the plane that, yeah, I'm out for business. They're like, well, what are you going to do with your son? I'm like, he's going with me. And they're like, what? And that's when I realized that, okay, this is rare. Not other businesses or companies allow you to bring your kids to a training. And there was other moms there, and so it was a very encouraging experience for me. But it is a company that you get to dictate and spend your time how you want, and so it does allow you to put your family first, and they encourage that.
Yeah, and just a little background on us. That's like the whole reason that we got started with LuLaRoe is Stevie and I were staying at home with our first sons, and we wanted to do something on the side, but we didn't want to have to put our boys in daycare.
Yeah.
And so this was the perfect fit because now we can work, like we like to say, work and play.
Yes, we did it today.
Yeah.
And so family is your first reason. Second reason is the company itself. We've kind of talked on this a little bit already, but it is a phenomenal company to work for. The retention rate is high. They really value you as a retailer and care about you.
Yeah, they offer you trainings. They want you to do well. They just have some great people behind them, and they're constantly growing and changing and trying to, like, we just signed a contract with Disney to bring out that collection, which is huge. This company is always looking for ways to draw people in and really make sure that people like us, the retailers, are successful.
Yes. Yeah, and they do a training every week with retailers, and they do a training with trainers, which is a step up in leadership in the company, and then they have a training for coaches, which is the next step up, and mentors. So every week they are meeting with all these different levels, and if you're a mentor, you're a part of all those meetings. So you're getting 4 different trainings in a week. And if you are somebody who signs up, and we call you QBs, or you're in the queue, they do a training with you also every week. So they want you to succeed. They do not set you up to fail in any ways. And they have your back. And so y'all probably have noticed recently some people are backing out from selling, and we really feel like that is because they were not set with the right expectations. It is a business, and it is work if you want to succeed at it. So they noticed that, and they then said, well, we will buy back all of your inventory and we'll pay for your shipping. They have our backs as retailers, and they want us to succeed versus people doing these going out of business sales. And so they nipped that in the butt, and they allowed an outing or an option out for those people who are trying to get out of selling LuLaRoe. So while preserving our business, those who want to stay in LuLaRoe.
Yeah, that's huge that they do that for us.
Yeah. And again, I felt, so going back to the training I went to a couple of weeks ago, I have never felt so much love and support and thought for from a company before ever. So that's when they launched this whole Disney that Paige was talking about, the collaboration that we have with Disney. They launched it while we were there. They literally rented out the whole Disneyland adventures, and we got to stay there after hours, ride rides, eat from the food trucks for free. This is something I've never experienced. And I am coming from a classroom. I was a classroom teacher, but I felt very thoughtful and cared about, and that they do appreciate the hard work that Paige and I are doing. So Paige didn't go because she's expecting. So, but yeah, so a company that has your back and is phenomenal to work for is the second reason that you should sign up for LuLaRoe.
Just to piggyback off of a little bit more on the company, Steve reminded me is they do have incentives. Like, for example, just for you doing your job, depending on what your goal is, you can go on a cruise for free, which we did qualify to do. And like Stevie said, she came from the classroom, I came from a government job. They didn't offer cruises to go on just for doing your job. That's crazy. It's like a week-long cruise, so they really do want to celebrate you, and they appreciate you.
Yes. So the third reason for signing up to sell LuLaRoe is it's an easy, fun job. I mean, we literally are just putting outfits together, hanging out with women, helping them feel comfortable and confident in the clothes they're wearing.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. Like Stevie said, it is work. Of course, it's a business, it's work, but it's fun work.
Yeah.
And I feel like anyone would agree with us. Our job, like the meat of our job when we're not in the home, is going and setting up at places and meeting other women and making them feel beautiful in clothing. Like, how is that not fun?
Yeah. And then when you get to connect with other retailers, like that's even more fun. Like you're getting it's like a sisterhood that we're a part of. And it is. It's just a fun job. And women will come over to pick up, and they want to try on some more clothes. And I'm like, yeah, let me help put an outfit together. I absolutely love it. So, and I'm getting paid to do it. So, but on top of that, you're your own boss. So when you sign up to do this, you are your own boss. You get to dictate how much time you want to put into it, how successful you want to be. Like this morning, we took our boys to the Natural Science Center, and now we are able to work. They're napping, and so we're doing this video. So, I mean, we got to do that. We got to dictate and put together our schedule, how it can benefit our family. We can have family time and then also work.
Yeah, and then the other cool thing is, you know, you make your own goals. So, and there's different ways that you can succeed with those goals. There's formulas that we've put together that we've got from other mentors in the company that can really help you succeed with those goals and then have fun while doing it.
Yeah. And on top of that, like some people are like, I'm not a salesman, and I wouldn't say that we are salesmen either, but honestly, the clothes sell themselves. So it's not difficult work. You're putting an outfit together. Women who, after they try on LuLaRoe, love it and they feel beautiful in it and they want more of it. So you're just providing them the clothes, basically. And you're going to style the outfits to make it presentable and to teach them different ways that they can wear it. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, mainly you need to get the clothes in front of women. And once they're in front of the women and they try them on and see how comfortable they are and how beautiful they look and feel, then you've done your job.
Yeah. And that might be the difficult part, but if you join our team, we are to help you figure out how to get those clothes in front of the women. We have a ton of different resources available and avenues to do that. So we talked about the reason number 4. We've already kind of mentioned on it, but you are your own boss. So if you want to replace a whole salary in your family and maybe quit your corporate world job or whatever job you're doing, then you can grind it out. If you're just wanting to bring in a little bit of money so that you can go on a family vacation or provide a pool in your backyard, whatever you want your why to be will be what motivates you. And go ahead.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Something we like to say is really the inventory is your boss. Like it's going to tell you to get out there and just sell me in front of people. That's basically it. But you get to pick when you want to do that. So, anything else on that?
No. So point 3 was it's an easy, fun job. 4 was your own boss. Just one more thing about it being an easy and fun job. The cool thing about LuLaRoe is that all their patterns and prints are very unique and rare. And so they only do 5,000, I think currently it's 5,000 prints of one pattern amongst all these styles and all these sizes. So when you order from the company, we put in orders typically twice a week or more. You're getting boxes of inventory with surprise patterns, solids and you have no idea what's coming. It is so fun. We just got a box actually before we did this video, and like I cannot wait to open it because we get to see what new came out. And like we mentioned, Patrick is the designer, and he has a great team, and they are fashion forward, and so we can trust them and know that what we're opening is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and we're noticing that like we will have some patterns or some styles and then we go out to Belk's or wherever and we see it, and we're like, we had that a couple weeks ago. And so it's definitely been, neat for us to see like, wow, he really is fashion forward and he really does know what he's doing, because then all these other people are following and doing it.
Right.
So the 5th thing is growth and training. So this is something that the company allows if you want it. We both have enjoyed the growth that we've had in it and the training. Team building and things like that. If you're interested in team building, they are there to help you and to help you grow in that and to train you in that. And if you're not, they're still going to train you in being a retailer. But the company does have options for you to grow in it if that's something you're interested in. So it's something that definitely appealed to us, and that's why we're doing this video. We would love, if you're interested in selling LuLaRoe, to reach out to us. That has been one of me being a classroom, or coming from the classroom and having background in being a classroom teacher. I absolutely love helping other women succeed in selling LuLaRoe. That's probably been one of my favorite things, is the women on our team and just building the relationship with them and just helping them think outside the box. Okay, let's try this to get your inventory out there, to help you with your Facebook sales, or have you tried this vendor event, this strategy, things like that. That's definitely one of my favorite things is the team building aspect.
And like Stevie mentioned, she went to a training. They offered weekly trainings that are via a webinar on the computer. And Mark and Deanne actually get on those, and they speak to you, and they help you, and they teach you, and they let you know what's going on. There's trainings that you can go to in your area that they have. They travel around. So you're always learning. They're always sending out new facts about the fabrics and the materials and how they do things, so that we're educated, so that we know what we're selling, and we can inform other people. So it's they want you to be informed, and they want you to be trained.
Yeah, and so the 5 reasons why you should sell LuLaRoe: family. They allow you to put family first. The company is a phenomenal company to work for. 3, it's an easy, fun job. 4, you're your own boss. And 5, the growth and training that the company has set in place for you. Okay, so we talked about why you should sell LuLaRoe. Now we're going to talk about how to go about selling LuLaRoe and how to become a retailer. The very first thing is picking the right sponsor. This is important because it is a binding contract, and once you pick your sponsor, you can't change it.
Yeah, the reason a sponsor is so important is because they're going to be the person who is really training you and giving you resources to succeed in your business. Like we mentioned before, the LuLaRoe, the company, offers trainings, but they're in California, and if you're not, sit next to Deanne every day, then you're going to need someone else who has succeeded in LuLaRoe, has resources for you, and can really motivate you and push you, and just kind of like teach you everything about the system and how things work and what you might need to buy while you're waiting to get your clothes. All these things are important, and you want someone who knows these things
and will spend the time to help you.
Spend the time.
I think that's the biggest issue, is that we've heard of people signing up with other sponsors who aren't spending time to help them succeed, or think creatively of how to be successful. So yes, definitely watch our video on how to pick the right sponsor. And we would love, I feel like we're pretty good sponsors, so we would love, if you're interested in selling LuLaRoe, to reach out to us and let us explain how we could benefit you and help you succeed. Second thing is, so you pick the sponsor, that person has a link, you go through, fill it out, it's all over the computer, and then there is nothing that you need to worry about between then until you get the call. There's no money transactions or anything until you get the phone call from LuLaRoe, and that's when you're in what's called the queue. And we talked about this earlier, but there is a webinar every Monday that LuLaRoe does for those QBs. It's called the queue call, and a lot of people, I will say for us, it took us 11 weeks before we got the phone call. I think right now it's between 5 to 8 weeks. But a lot of people are like, oh, but I'm ready to start selling right now. I will say the queue was probably one of our favorite thing, and it helped our business tremendously, because it was during that time that we did not have inventory to distract us, that we were able to focus on the meats and potatoes of the company, of the business. Basically, like, okay, do I have a hostess packet together? What's my schedule going to be? How am I going to promote my business? What type of giveaways am I going to do? Figuring out all of those essentials is key to being successful in this business, and using the time without having inventory is big.
Yeah, that's a great time to just build a foundation of your business, get the word out there, so that when you do get your clothes, you can hit the ground running, and it just will make everything run so much smoother.
Yes. So don't look at the queue as like a frustrating thing, but maybe look at it as a positive. This is the time to, like she said, get your foundation for your business. So then when it's your time, you'll get the phone call from home office, and they will say, congratulations, welcome, you're now a retailer. That is when you tell them what package you want, and we could share that information with you if you're considering selling. But there is packages that LuLaRoe has put together for the retailers. Again, going back to this company being a phenomenal company to work for, they put packages together so that you can succeed. When Paige and I signed up, there was no packages, and it was a little stressful trying to figure out, like, what styles should we sell. I don't know what are top sellers. Like, I don't know. I've not done this yet. So the packages that they have pre-put together are top sellers. And then the lowest package is around 5,000, and then it goes up to I think about 9. So you can build your inventory and do as much as you want.
Yeah, and something cool with that is, say that you find out what's in your package, and you're like, but man, I really want to carry this style because it's my absolute favorite, and it's not coming in this package. Once you have that initial call, you can go back into the system that you'll have access to at that point, and you can order whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so you can carry as many styles as you want. You can do as little or as much as you want. And some people feel like you got to do more to be successful. We have people on our team that have around 300 to 500 pieces, and they are very successful. So it's really all the amount of work you want to put into it. Yeah. Now, Paige and I carry 1,000, and we will challenge you as a sponsor, and sponsors should be doing this for you, but challenge you to increase your inventory count and hopefully get to 1,000. But when you get there, then it's kind of easy to put outfits together. People have options, and so your sales do tend to skyrocket a little bit more when you get higher inventory. But you don't have to start out that way to be successful. We did not start out at that, and we were successful. So, yeah, and at that point, you're a retailer, so you're going to want to start promoting your business. You're going to want to start booking pop-ups, having your launch party, and that's when it starts.
Yeah, the inventory will show up, and you'll start hanging it up. And the cool thing, I feel like, is when you first get your inventory, people are so excited. Mm-hmm. You're a new retailer. They want to see what you have. Maybe they've never heard of LuLaRoe until you, because you're their friend. And it's one of the funnest times is when you first get that first package.
Yes. And it's a lot of work in the beginning, hanging up, 700 pieces or 300 pieces, however many you have, all at one time. But do know that from then on, you're not going to order 300 pieces every time you reorder. You're going to order around 30 to 100 pieces every time you replenish. So don't worry about that. So about replenishing it, this is something I wanted to make sure we talked about that we hadn't yet. So the company does require you to spend or order at least 30 pieces in a month. And that should be easy to do if you're selling. So if you are actively on top of promoting your inventory or trying to get in-home pop-ups, it's pretty easy to sell 30 pieces in a month. And you're basically going to be replenishing that 30 pieces. But the reason why there's a 30-piece count is, one, they do not charge shipping, and they do a 5% discount. So they do these things for you, so they want a full box that they're sending out versus it being 10 items, and they're paying for shipping on 10 items. So that's why they want you to order 30 pieces, and that can average around $500 to $700. Wouldn't you say 5 to 7?
Yeah, depending on what you're ordering, whether it's leggings or dresses. That range.
And that should be easy. So if you sell the 30 pieces, you're basically just replenishing it. You're going to have money to buy another. So if you sell a Monroe, you have money to replace that Monroe, plus you've profited some. So you have enough money to replenish or to pay off your debt or, whatever you need to do.
Just to give y'all an idea, we order anywhere, like the minimum that we order is $300 a month. Okay, and we probably should order more than that because that's how much it sells.
Yes, yeah. So. Now, and we do it full time, so that's keep that in perspective. Some people, we have girls on our team that do it part time. We have one girl on our team who does it as a hobby only, and she has enough to where she can replenish and order a new box every month. So don't feel like it is something that you have to grind out to get 30 pieces sold. So as long as you're offering out your inventory, making it available to people, putting it in front of women, it's going to get going. Let's see, some other questions that you might have. If you don't sell, they have a 3-month grace period. So basically you have to sell 99 pieces or 100, we just like to say 100, over 3 months. And if you don't, then that's when you become no longer inactive. Thank you. No longer a retailer. If there's something that comes up like maternity leave or a surgery that you're taking place or a move or whatever, you call the company, you let them know, and they won't hold that against you. So they're not going to expect. We have a girl who just moved, and she moved actually to North Carolina, which is exciting. She's on our team, but she she was able to call the company, and they did not hold this month against her at all. So she didn't have to place an order this month because she's been moving all month across the country. So
yeah, once again, they have your back.
Yes, they constantly do if there's ever an issue. Damages, that might be a concern that you have. Like, how do you deal with damages? Again, the company has your back. You send in a picture of the damage, and they replenish it. They either will send you another, I keep going to the Monroe because I'm seeing me wear it, but if it's a Monroe that's damaged, they will send you another Monroe, or they give you credit. And then that Monroe, you are then to donate. Like, that's how awesome the company is. You donate it to somebody. We had some leggings, like, we'll be selling at the end of June a year. And so we've accumulated like a whole bag of leggings that were damaged over this whole year. And like she said, we ordered 300 pieces a month, so that's really not bad at all. But they've credited us that, and we were able to give those leggings to homeless people. So it's kind of exciting to know, like, we can donate this to Goodwill or to the homeless or wherever, and it's going to be used for somebody great. So what's something else that somebody might ask about?
Oh gosh, there's tons of questions that might come up when you first get started, and that's when, like we mentioned, like, the sponsor's great. They're going to walk you through it. They're going to help you through all these things. If you do have any more questions, definitely reach out to us, LuLaRoe Stevie Plus page. Like Stevie said, we love to help other women succeed, so we will be happy to answer your questions. But we really just wanted to share this opportunity to call to show you how LuLaRoe has benefited us and how it can benefit you, and just kind of what that looks like.
Yes. Real quick, and then we'll be wrapping up, is you might, when she said LuLaRoe Studio page, it made me realize we are a partnership. And if you're considering being a partnership, you do have to have an LLC prior to signing up. And that is something LuLaRoe has required. They did not require it when we first signed up. But now there's been so many issues with partnerships. And I don't think the company encourages partnerships because you are making money, and sometimes money can cause some rift between people if you don't agree on things. So I think we even say, we're rare. We are best friends, but it's definitely rare that it worked out as well as it has for us. So we would not even encourage partnerships unless you're like us. No, but seriously, unless you know it's going to be fine and there's not going to be any rift on anything. Like, we don't argue about any money or anything like that. That's the least of our concerns.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that, though, if you're like, I don't know if I can do it by myself, what we suggest is signing up as a sole proprietor, being yourself, and hiring out somebody. So you can hire them and pay them in LuLaRoe and to come and help you, take pictures, to come to a pop-up. But don't look at us and think that this is the norm. Partnerships is not the norm among LuLaRoe at all. Most people, everybody on our team is, except for one, they're sisters and they're a partnership. So, but everybody else is just one individual selling. So it's you're capable to do it by yourself. Do not feel like you have to be in a partnership to succeed. So keep that in mind. Sorry. But yeah, so I hope this helped. I hope you figured out why you should sell LuLaRoe and how to go about becoming a retailer. Again, reach out to us. We would love to talk further with you. But
yeah, thanks y'all.
Bye.
Bye.